everyone, and welcome to the Cloud Lunch and Learn Marathon. In this session, I'm going to be taking you through how you can use Power Virtual Agents in Microsoft Teams to build your own chatbot. This is really exciting stuff because as long as you're a Teams user, this is something you're able to easily go in and do. You don't need any prior knowledge or you don't even need any code to be able to build this out. So I'm going to be talking you through how you can go about making your own chatbot. Bit about me, my name is Rashona Elijah, and I'm based in Sydney, Australia. I work at a Microsoft partner, Barhead Solutions, as a Power Platform trainer. So my usual day is running training and events around the Power Platform so we can show you what things you can do with this technology. So I'm going to start off by taking you through into why chatbots and why Microsoft Teams as well. I'll then go into an overview into about Power Virtual Agents, and then we'll head over to a demo so I can show you how you can get started building this out for your own. Let's start off by taking a look at why chatbots. First of all, they're available at any time. Any time of the day, you can go into Teams and ask the chatbot a question for something that's commonly asked, or maybe even if you wanted to do a manual task for you. If you wanted to maybe build a chatbot to post a Teams message for you, create a task in Planner, there are really hundreds of things you're able to get your chatbot to do for you. Of course, as well, we're getting immediate response and action. You don't need to wait for someone to get back to you. The moment you ask it, you get the response back. Then where does Teams come into all of this? If you're a Teams user, chances are you're probably living in there at the moment, and Teams use has grown like crazy in the past year. But it's more than just a place for you to have your meetings or talk to your colleagues. You can build out full-on solutions using this. Power Virtual Agents is one of the Power Platform tools from Microsoft. You can build your own chatbot within Teams. But there are some other stuff you can do as well, like build your own apps, create your own data tables there as well. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do within Teams now. Here we have an overview of what Power Virtual Agents is all about. So you can see that GIF going there of a chatbot in action. With Power Virtual Agents, you can create different topics, or these are scenarios that you would like your chatbot to handle. So you can see here, it's posting some suggestions that I have for the office. Using a no-code interface, you can then build out a conversation tree. What messages you want the chatbot to respond with, what different parts in the conversation it might want to take, and bringing in Power Automate as well. This is where you want the chatbot to take some action for you. You can then publish it out. It can be for yourself to use or even for like your colleagues, so you can put it in a channel for other people to interact with as well. I'm going to take us through an example and show you how you can get started building it, but there's so many things you can do with this. Some of the popular ones people do is, let's say, a HR chatbot. You could have a chatbot people can go to ask about when the public holidays are, if they can submit leave requests. Logging tickets is another great one. If you want to set it up as maybe a system for people to log what IT problems they have, it can then get escalated from that point. Sending off approval requests, maybe for people to submit their expenses. Data entry, people can talk to the chatbot, and then in the back end that can send that through to maybe a database you have to store all this. To get started, you can go into Microsoft Teams. Then all you need to do is look for the Power Virtual Agents app. Then you can add it in. And you can pick the name of the team you would like your bot to join up in. This will take a few minutes while it's just getting ready in the background. When it's ready, you can now name it. Have a bit of fun with it if you like. You can also choose from different languages as well, but we'll just pick English in this case. Once that's done, you can see we have our new bot here. We have our test bot pane as well. So as I'm building it out, I can interact with it here. See how my bot's going and see if it's working the way that I want it to work. Let's see if it responds. Down the side here, you have your navigation menu. So home is where we are now. Topics is all about where you create these different scenarios and you map out the conversations that you want your bot to handle. So you can see here it has a bunch of default ones already in there, just to give you an idea of how you can go about building this. Of course, if you don't want it, like we don't in this case, you can just go ahead and also turn that off. Entity, so an entity is basically type of information that your bot is going to be on the lookout for or collecting. Let's say if I put in someone's email address, I want it to be able to identify that as an end user, I'm typing in an email address. The analytics part is great for getting feedback on how your bot is performing. So it'll probably be empty at the moment, but every 1 hour you get these updated stats on your bot's performance. From the Manage tab, you can see the different channels you can deploy your bot. Since we're using it within Microsoft Teams and we don't have the full Power Virtual Agents license, we only have Microsoft Teams available to us. However, if you were going for the full license, you get all these other great channels you can publish it out to. Let's start off by looking at an example here to create a basic Q&A chatbot. Let's say if we want to create a bot where employees can go and ask questions about our referral policy. So there's a vacancy available in the organization. How do we go about suggesting people to fill up this vacancy? Let's create a chatbot to handle this. So you can give it a name. And then the next thing is you're going to be entering in different trigger phrases. This is what's actually going to direct someone to this right conversation or the right topic that you've set up here. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in a few different trigger phrases that we can use. Now we're going to head over to the authoring canvas. And this is really where all the action is going to happen. So someone asking about the referral policy. First off, I might want my bot to just post a message back. Here, you see I have like these little plus symbols there. These are the different nodes that I can add. So if I want to show another message, call an action, get my bot to ask a question, I can just add in these nodes to create my conversation as I go along. So I reckon down here, let's add in another message. Now, I reckon it's time for our bot to go ahead and ask a question. If the user would like to know about how they can actually submit their referral. What we have here are those entities that we were looking at before. These are things that the bot is going to be able to pick up on and recognize, which you can then use later throughout the conversation. In this case, we're going to click Boolean, so we really want like a sort of a yes or a no scenario here for the user. This variable is really the response that the user is going to give us that we want to be able to remember here. And we can now add our conditional branching into it. So in our condition here, we can say if the user says, yes, they would like to know more about it, we can map out that condition there. If not, then it's all going to go to this other side of the screen here. If they do want to know more, I reckon let's post another message here. Looks like we're ready to end the conversation now. We can finish this off with a survey, our end conversation node. This will give the end user a survey out of 5 stars. And this side we can also link up as well. So we'll add another node, but we can just drag that to the end there, back to that end conversation one we've already added. So they can meet at the same point to finish off this conversation. We're ready to save our bot and give it a go and see how it works now. We just open up the test bot pane here. I want to submit a referral. Even if you have a bit of a typo in it, it should also be able to identify on the trigger phrase that you need and direct you to the right place. In this case, let's say, yes, I would like to know how to submit it. And then if I keep going here, it's going to take me to the survey to rate the experience. And there we go, we've created our first topic. Another great thing is that you can extend this by using Power Automate. This is when you want your bot to take action for you. In your conversation tree, you have this option to add in an action call in a flow from Power Automate. Here it will start off in Power Virtual Agents. You can build out your flow using whatever applications you might use, maybe like Planner or perhaps Microsoft Teams, and even heaps of third-party things as well. Twitter is an example here. If you test it out, here's what you can do. I have a new vacancy. What's the position name? Let's say Sales Manager. Role-based, let's go with Sydney. All right, yep, I think that's good to go. Let's head over to the team first and check out the announcement that was posted. Look at that, it's posted that message that we wanted. We are hiring. And you can see it's put in also the content that we wanted to say that it's the sales manager and also the location of it there. Next thing, let's go and take a look at the vacancies. Check out our planner. And nice, we have our task created here too for our sales manager. Once you're ready to release your bot out, you can go to the publish area and hit the publish button. Then you can go ahead and open the bot and add it in. And now you see it's actually appearing down the side there like an app. So the bot started a conversation with us. We can go through, we can also pin that to make it a lot more accessible for us, and of course test it out now too. How awesome is that? Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at how you can use Power Virtual Agents and Teams together to create your own chatbot. And maybe after this, you're going to go off and start building it yourself. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, just search for my name, Rashona Elijah. If you're watching this or if you built your own chatbot and you want to share it, definitely let me know there. Always keen to check that out. Thanks again for watching.